It's dope.
My girlfriend made it.
You got bells, candy canes.
Two of us.
snowmen.
Two of us are festive.
It's a Christmas episode.
I set up some decorations. Okay, in all honesty, I thought I had a Christmas sweater. I told these guys to wear a Christmas sweater, and I couldn't find one.
We have a new guest.
We have a new guest today. Dakota is gone, and we brought in, what's his name?
Captain Nutcracker.
Captain Nutcracker.
Captain Nutcracker.
I'm tired. Oh.
Yeah, you are. Hey guys, welcome to another Happy Rabbit podcast. Thanks for joining us today.
It's Christmas!
It is Christmas, and
What'd you guys get me for Christmas?
You didn't know.
a lump of coal.
You didn't bring my presents?
Gotta open it on Christmas.
You better come over on Christmas then.
Of course I'm coming over on Christmas.
Christmas morning, Alex is at the door in that outfit.
Open up.
Ho, 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 Santa's here.
Can I open presents yet? Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Do you have any fun holiday plans? Are you leaving town? Staying
Nope.
in town?
We're staying here. You guys?
I'm staying here. I'm going sledding, and I'm going to build a snowman, and I'm going to make a gingerbread house, and do all the holiday activities this week.
What are you gonna build a snowman out of?
Snow.
We don't have snow.
Boy, I'm going to go up to the mountains.
He's
We
gonna
have mountains.
He's gonna go in his
Yeah,
freezer and get all his ice out and crush it.
You guys,
Nah.
I was waiting for you to say something like that. We have mountains here, guys. They have snow.
They don't have snow either, dude.
Yeah, they do. The ski
Dude.
resorts are open.
Yeah, I go skiing every day. It's because they make it.
Did you go?
Yeah,
So
every day.
So last year I buy you a season pass, and you don't go one time,
Yeah,
and then this year you go all the time,
all the time,
and you don't invite me.
every day.
Like this is.
This is between you two, but I'm enjoying it.
Is it?
No, I got him a season pass last year, and we didn't go.
You did.
One
We
time.
didn't
I'm
go
like,
one
"Merry
freaking
Christmas,"
time.
and we didn't go one time.
One time.
It happens, man.
What a good friend, though.
It happens.
That's a
It-
pretty
it-
dope ass friend.
That was a good friendship.
Yeah.
Purchase right there.
But we couldn't grow on the friendship by skiing together.
The
and
bond
being on the
didn't
hill.
gain from anything from it. Okay.
Nothing.
It's just the thought.
Instead, we just worked.
That's
We-
okay.
We did work a few, but I always like working. I like working movies during the holidays. That's a good point. I like working movies during the holidays because then you have funds to buy like Christmas presents and everything else. And we normally don't have movies during the holidays. So last year was kind of cool. Like right now, we don't have work and we're just chilling.
No
Yeah,
way.
let's talk about that. So when was our last gig?
I'd say 3 months ago, 2 months ago.
3.
3.
We shot a music video, boys, like a month ago.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Our last movie was 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It sucks. Sometimes work doesn't come, and you have to prepare for that. And luckily, we've been through the ebbs and flows. Obviously, Charles has some experience on us, and he has taught me, through that time. I think, like, my first year in, we worked a movie in the middle of winter, and you're like, hey, like, keep that savings. We don't know if we're going to get another. And I think we got a few more that year, luckily, but we had COVID, which mixed things up quite a bit. And then we had the strike. And then we're kind of coming out of it all right now, which Alex is going to see, like, hopefully a lot more work. But yeah, you have to prepare for those ups and downs. And if you're not, I think sadly a lot of people end up leaving the film industry because of that. Job security in this is like,
It's rough. It's up and down.
yeah.
And you definitely need to plan like financially for the slow times, because you don't know, right? And so you kind of always have to have like that buffer. Like you always have to be putting money into like your savings account, or and also whatever else, your retirement and all those things.
I think for me, and I told Alex something similar as he was getting in, but like my goal was to like create almost a 3-month buffer, in the idea that if I didn't get work for 3 months, I could sustain myself and still be in the film industry. I think side hustles are like a really good thing to have if you're in film, whether that's you out shooting like headshots and doing something still oriented like with cameras. or if you just have like a complete side hustle, I think that's something to like rely on a little bit. But yeah, I was like, Alex, as soon as you do your first movie, put that all in savings, and then use that next movie. And I told you like the 50% rule is what I do. I take half of every paycheck I get during a movie, and I just put it aside and don't even consider that income for that buffer. And then once you build up that buffer, obviously, if you book a movie every month, then you're chilling. But
Yeah.
I should have listened.
Oh, did somebody buy a bunch of AC equipment, a new car, bags, 10 Pelican cases?
Yes.
I will say, Alex dove deep.
Yeah, I felt that was an okay purchase though. It was work related at least.
That's my
It's a
excuse
write-off.
for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife has gotten so over that. Like, oh, it's for work. She's like, well, everything you love is work. So, like, you just buy what you like. And I'm like,
Sad. Does that mean your wife is work?
yeah. Relationships are work. Relationships are work, dude.
They
Buys a
are.
3D printer, it's for work. Buys a duck boat, it's for work.
It-
Obviously.
It's work. Wait, I'm coming up with a constant theme here.
Buys a sketchy old truck, it's for work.
It's for work.
Murray, you're not work.
Yeah, you're not working there.
I love you.
Yeah, so we're gonna be going close to 4 or 5 months
I think a good.
by
well,
the time.
I just want to say
things
something
start
while it's on
picking
my
up.
head real quick, though. I think a good point would be a lot of people are like, oh, why is there not work in November and December? I was talking to my tattoo artist, and he goes, oh, we're in the slow time. He's like, I do like 1 tattoo a week. And I'm like, well, I do like 0 anything November and December. And he's like, oh, really? It's slow for you too? And I was like, dude, producers, people with money, like people who are creatives and like make good money, they want to spend the holidays with their family. They want to travel this time of year. The last thing they're thinking about during Thanksgiving or Christmas is how can I put together a production and go spend $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's the holidays. It's
Yeah.
time off, and it literally starts after Thanksgiving, or actually, I would even say like Halloween. Like
Yeah.
Halloween time, you pretty much have to plan on like, oh, I'm not really working for until February or March.
Which, I mean, what are some examples of things you've done in those 3-month gaps? Because I'd say it's pretty consistent, that 3-month gap to like make money.
It is very consistent. I would say this is probably the first year where we haven't had anything like not first year in a while, I should say. It's the first year in a while that we haven't had anything like right up to like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'd say we normally have a movie in October.
In October, we're usually doing some kind of slasher or horror movie or something in October.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Um,
People like to do horror films in like that fall time because you get those colors and
Yeah.
that vibe. But yeah, we didn't do anything
We did
this year,
nothing this year, and so
which was strike related.
because of the strike, right?
Yeah.
Which really put a damper on things for us and for a lot of people. But what do I do?
Yeah. What do you do? What are some examples if someone's at home going, "Okay, I want to get into the film industry, but I can only make money, 9 months out of the year. What do I do for those 3?"
Play Call of Duty.
Hell yeah. Not what I was going for. Okay, I'm 20 years old, Charles. I'm fresh out of college, or 22.
I don't have a savings yet.
I don't
so
have a
I'd play Call of Duty.
savings. I don't have a house with a kick-ass PC to game out in. What do you do during those 3 months?
See, in Utah is interesting too because we don't have like consistent work all the time like they do in LA.
Yeah.
Like I would say LA, like the bigger bigger states, like Georgia, New York, LA, Toronto, like some of those bigger cities, they have consistent work through it all the time. Even like TV here slows down. Like our big
Yeah, they'll take breaks
TV
and
channels,
stuff.
like they really don't do that much stuff during that time as well. So it's really hard to stay busy during the off months. And so, to make money, honestly, it's save up. For me, it's always just been like, cool, we're saving up for the rest of the time of the year, and then I know once Halloween hits, if there's no work, then it's like now there's no work,
Yeah.
and then we're just chilling.
For me, I'd say the biggest thing is take a step back. If you're looking at getting into the film industry, what avenue are you looking at getting into? If you want to be a social media creator or music videos or more or less one-man band, kind of go create, be your own everything, you'll probably still work during the holiday season.
For
It-
sure. I mean,
it-
like there's those people that are doing like corporate videos and like
But if you're in
super
like the
small
film
music
industry,
videos.
you're probably not working those 3 months. So something I'd recommend is at least have a kind of a backup plan or a safety net within the film world and create something for yourself like we have with Happy Rabbit. I was trying to tee you up for that a little bit, Charles. But create something in that environment. If you know there's going to be 3 months without work, create a holiday special for couples, for a couple photo shoot, where you could create like a cute little thing that they could give as Christmas presents, and then send it out all over your social media, tell friends and family. Who knows, you may sell 10 photo shoots at $500, and it's like there's your income for those 3 months. So stuff like that, like get creative in that realm. I've seen people downtown at the lights do like $25 for a photo, and they'll bring lights and stuff and take photos of couples downtown. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many things you can do with a camera to make money. Just get creative.
Yeah, it's a side hustle.
Side hustles, yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of I mean, honestly, that kind of goes throughout the entire year. Like, unless you're in the union working on big movies,
I'm in the union, and I still
which in LA,
in LA
or
'cause Utah
Atlanta.
Union, we only get like one union movie a year, but
yeah, unless you're
Yeah.
working on those big shows, making $100K a movie kind of a thing, like you're not. You're doing what we're doing, and it's just it's the hustle.
yeah.
It's figuring out how you can make the money that you have made last the rest of the year through
Well,
Christmas, and then
That's a good point though, because I spent years trying to get to union, and I was like, once I'm union, the work will just flow, like it will come like crazy. I got to union, and it hasn't flowed and come like crazy, and I know that's because we live in Utah, but I think that's also something to consider is expectations versus reality.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how it kind of is here in Utah, at least. I know all the camera people, like, they're like, oh, I want to get in the union. Once I get in the union, like, I'm gonna I got it made.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is like, well, no, because we live in Utah, like, yeah, you might get like 1 or 2 shows that come through a year, or you might have 5 good years where you're working on union shows.
If
Like
you
we
get on
have
series or
Kevin Costner's movies, and he's got like a 5-year plan or whatever going on here in Utah. But then what do you got after that?
Well, not to mention, if you get on something like that, you are kind of missing out on that, on all the smaller movies and smaller stuff, and creating that networking within that. I've seen guys leave for Yellowstone for a few years or a few seasons on and off, and a lot of the Utah guys, they'll come back and not know a lot of, not so much not know a lot of people, but they'll kind of just be out of the loop a little bit.
100%.
And like they'll come back in and be like, who's doing what now? And so take that into consideration too. It's like, oh, you get on a big show, but you may not have that consistent work when you get back.
Yeah, like that happened to me when I was doing High School Musical and Andy Mack,
Yeah.
the Disney Channel stuff. Because everybody's like, oh, those guys, like the TV show guys, they're like, oh, they're on TV shows, and then they put you in this like category in their brain, and then you kind of disappear.
It's
right?
like the commercial world. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get considered for commercials really at all, especially during the strike. There's a lot of commercial work going on, and I didn't get really any calls. And it's just because I'm not in that loop, especially in Utah. Like it's kind of funny. It's like commercial people, and then like the feature film people.
Yeah.
And the feature film people want to get in with the commercial people, and the commercial people want to get in with the feature film people. But there's this weird like, it doesn't really blend that often.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
I think it just goes back to job security. At the end of the day, like,
Yeah.
we want our jobs, and I'm sure they want to keep their jobs.
Totally.
Facts.
Totally.
Alex coming in spitting facts.
My 1 point of the night or the day.
Mic drop.
Is it
Night.
day?
It's morning. Oh.
Alex is a hustler. Like, what is something
Oh yeah, let's
that you
talk
do?
about Alex's side hustles, because that's one thing that really intrigued me about this kid when he reached out to us. And like, this is what I told Charles, is like, because the biggest thing about the film industry is someone comes in and they think they're gonna make all this money. Oh, it's film. You do make great money when you're working, not consistent. And so seeing Alex and all the things he did on the side and all these hustles, I was like, this kid could survive and like make it in film. And like, what do you do?
So for side hustle, there's everything. Literally
Keep it
everything.
simple and categorize it.
Automotive. Automotive sells good. It's really easy to pick up a car or a bike and make 3-4 grand on it in a week.
I'm gonna
It's
tap
great
on
money.
that because we've done a few of those
Mhm.
together. We'll go buy a Harley or a dirt bike or a simple car. We'll clean it out, like completely make it look as nice as we can.
Clean you out.
Charles. Give an oil change, do a few different things to it.
Change your oil.
And then flip it and throw it on. And every time we've done
Flip
that,
you.
we've at least doubled or tripled our money. We did that to a boat, 2
Mhm.
boats this
The
year.
boats were a pain in the butt. Don't do boats.
We still made money on them.
In Utah.
Don't recommend
Yeah.
doing boats that much.
Utah's not a boat state.
Utah's
we
not
bought
a boat
we bought an
state.
ocean boat and expected it to sell in Utah. Yeah. I think the biggest thing, like, so I do automotive stuff, but then it's really just anything I can do at that point. Like, you just need to open your mind to a whole different mindset of no longer keeping possession because it's necessarily sentimental or something, or you got it on vacation. If that item is, you bought it for $20 and it's gonna sell for $150, you sell it. Like, it's just a total mental flip for you, where you have to just assume everything is now money. And it took me like 3 or 4 years, unfortunately, to get that. But I'm sure a lot of people can do it like that. But I was really possessive with the things that I owned. I really liked the things I had. I liked stuff, and I still do. But to the sense of, if it's gonna make me money and I can get through this month, there's no reason I'm not gonna sell that thing. It's not sentimental enough to keep a bill from being paid.
Maybe tapping in on that a little bit. Are you saying like someone should just go into their room and sell their TV and a bunch of items?
No, because that's stupid and that sucks to do. I mean, if you have to do it, you have to do it, you know. But
But we're talking about making money.
making
here.
money, yes. There's just, that's your last option, obviously, is getting rid of your things. But it depends on how many things you accumulate. I accumulate a ton of things, like a week. Like, I'm probably bringing in 10
We're
new
also talking
things.
about Alex's collectibles. He goes
Yeah,
and gets like
I-
collectible signs and things, and like goes to antique shops and gets things that like he flips for quite a bit of money. So flipping stuff.
Flipping stuff is a huge one. And then just look on your local, like, Facebook pages. And, like, we have local groups around Utah that are like your local Ogden group or Salt Lake City classifieds and stuff. And there's always work out there that you can do for a short period of time. You can go pick up dump runs. Me and Scooter do dump runs where we'll take the trailer, load up someone's garage that they just don't want anymore, and we'll take it to the dump. And half the time you'll find $400, $500, $600 of stuff in there that they were just going to throw away that you sell in a day or two.
Yeah, so
And,
we picked up a
you know,
trailer. It's like 10 feet by 6 feet, and we do $500 for the trailer full. And then half the time, there's items in there that are valuable that we'll clean or sell and then flip on Facebook.
Mm.
Do they fill it up, or do you guys have to fill it up?
We fill it.
Fill it, travel it, dump it, everything. And then they just pay cash. And so the idea there is like, in a day, we can make $500 each or more if we do 2 in a day.
Yeah, it's really about finding any little thing that you can make money with, because
Yeah.
there's also a fine line between you really need money but you don't want to go commit to another job when your passion is in film. So like, there's times where I've like, should I go get a part-time job or something and fill the gaps? Then I'm going to let down another job when I do inevitably get onto a movie in a month or two, and then you're like, sorry, bye.
Right.
It's
No,
just,
that's-
it's not fair to them. It doesn't look good on you. It's
That's a
weird.
good point. I had a time about 4 years ago where I was like, I don't know where I'm going in film. I don't know like how consistent it is. I worked one movie with these guys, and nothing came for a whole year. It was a year till I got a full Nether movie, and obviously it was my first time working with them. They didn't really know. I was like just trying to get in with their group, and I took a corporate job for a company where I did their social media marketing, and at the time they went from like 10,000 followers to like, I want to say 800,000. I don't know. The company's CBDMD. So it was a CBD company. I went out to North Carolina, and they brought me out there for 2 weeks out of every month, and I was flying out there doing content for them, and I got fully sucked in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of the reason why I didn't get any other work that whole year was because I was gone. I wasn't networking in the film. I wasn't putting myself out there. I was just like trying to find work that way. So I think to your point is like, if you're trying to work in feature films, have that side hustle so you can continue like keeping your availability open to where if a month-long job comes, you can take it and you don't have to like go quit your side job.
It's really about you making sure that you can do what you need to do here. Because I've seen a lot of people. We had some people that we know who had a good thing going, and then they needed money, so they went and got a job, and it's now we don't have those people anymore, and they're not even involved in film.
I mean, they're on a corporate yearly salary where you can't call them and say, hey, can you come over for a month and do this film?
No, we're gonna go play with Grizzly Bears. Sorry, I got my corporate job. Which, I mean, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into, and if that's the money you need to be making, that's the money you need to be making. It's definitely a passion versus.
Well, it's hard.
income
It's that.
thing.
It's, you know, like during these slow times, like by the time things get going, like we're into it like 5 months of honestly no work. And so it's,
Well, and
can you deal
how
with
do you
that?
justify that to your family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
if
I
you have
mean,
a wife and
I-
kids or
I
a
got
spouse
I
and
have a
kids,
daughter
like,
coming right now, and my wife has to take time off work, and she's in school full time, and we're gonna have a newborn, and there's gonna be like a year period of her in school till she finishes and can get her new job, and it's like, okay, shit. Now I have a whole year where I need to bring the income in, and if there's 5 months without work, and we have a house and a kid, it's like you have to really think about that.
Yeah.
And is that something you want as your job security and as your income? And most people don't. Most people would rather go take a salary position for a bigger company doing their social media marketing, working for whatever. And like, I have a great friend of mine who his wife does Vivint and does all the marketing for Vivint, and she loves it and she crushes it, and their shit is awesome. And the stuff that she puts out, like, she's doing what she wants to do within their boundaries. And I think that, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty jealous of what she created. But 2 years ago, she was trying to get into feature films and loved what we were doing. So it's like, what do you do? And like, I think you got to really, really think about that if this is a career path that you want to go into.
It is, especially with Utah, especially. It's a very small film market. If you're gone, and I'm not that people aren't loyal, because Utah is an unbelievable loyal group of people that it's a very tight knit group.
Small Lake City.
But to that point, if you're gone for months and months doing something and you come back, they're gonna have someone new. And that's to the same point. Even if you're gone for a couple weeks, if they bring in, I even think about this if I'm sick on set for a single day, and that person comes in that I hired, are they gonna fit better with the crew? Are they just gonna bond better? Are they gonna be the better fit for that movie or environment? And then all of a sudden they're on the next 3 movies. So it's a weird place.
so I
with
wouldn't,
that.
yeah, I don't know. Because nowadays, dude, after COVID, it's like, if you're sick, don't effing come to work.
Yeah.
So, but that's it. I wanna capitalize on that a little bit, because you are in a little bit different a position as a DP. You're like, but as an AC,
Yeah.
you're very replaceable.
Even
Yeah.
I'd even say, like, because myself as a Trinity operator,
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
I can't get sick.
To that point though, there's times where you're Trinity on a show, not the DP,
Yeah,
and like, if we are doing something, you're like, I have to be there, like,
100%.
and I see where you're coming from, because that is the mental game in film. Is like, am I gonna get replaced? Is someone better than me? Does the crew like them more than me? If you're gone a few days, or if you have someone replace them, are they a better AC than you? Are they sharper than you? Like, there's so many things that play into that.
Sharp.
Watch out, dog. They call me Blade out here. Best movie ever. You seen that movie?
Blade Runner?
No. The Vampire Slayer.
Blade.
Buffy?
Blade.
Bro.
Blade?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
help this man.
Buffy the Vampire. Have you at least watched Buffy the Vampire
I've seen
Slayer?
Buffy. Buffy's alright.
I don't want to talk to you. I
Twilight?
have
Wesley
to, 'cause
Snipes?
we're doing a podcast.
Blade. They're
Um,
resurrecting that.
Are they?
Yeah.
They better do it good. I'm pissed. They ruin everything. Baywatch is the only one that they did great on the remake. Just saying. With Dwayne Johnson and
Oh, I saw it,
That was good.
but I'm just trying to get the correlation between like
the
Blade.
original. And
Blade, like Marvel comic books, to Baywatch.
Bro,
It's on you, man. You said it.
I'm excited for Christmas. Okay, my ADHD's coming out. What do you want from me? Santa's coming. What do you leave out for Santa? Milk, cookies.
Ooh.
How does he not know? off
Well,
the
I'm
top of your
Santa
tongue?
at my house, so I normally leave out a nice chicken
Can't say that.
pesto for me.
Beep.
Sometimes. Ooh.
Chicken pesto.
That's great. at
What
like
Santa
2
Claus
a.m.
wants chicken pesto?
Dude.
It's supposed to be freaking chocolate chip cookies, like
You want to hear something hilarious?
Yeah.
Growing up, my dad would have us cook, or we'd always be like, "All right, cookies for Santa," and get all excited. He'd be like, "All right, yeah, let's smoke some salmon. Let's get some, and he'd get this
Yeah.
exotic cheese and some crackers like at
What's
the
that?
store." And next thing you know, we have like a plate with like
charcuterie board, like a full charcuterie board for Santa.
I liked your house.
And then growing up, I finally realized, I was like, my dad was drinking some whiskey and having some salmon while doing that.
Yeah.
He's just wrapping some presents.
Yeah, you didn't want no
Yeah.
milk and cookies. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm excited. Or just ask for a bunch of money for Christmas and then you don't need to work.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Who
you
do you ask?
All my friends
All
are
your friends.
broke.
Oh.
Everyone just give money.
I'll give you 5 if you give me 5, and we'll be okay.
But yeah, that's fucked. If we all give each other $100, we end up with the same amount.
Yeah.
We need
There's
more
a flaw.
friends.
There's a flaw in
We
that.
need more friends.
need richer friends.
Yeah, we need rich friends.
I'll give you 100, you give me 200. Yeah.
Well, if you guys have any fun ideas of ways you've made money, if you're a freelancer or you're experienced in the film industry and you have some fun thoughts for newer people, throw it in the comments.
For sure.
Mhm.
If you're new and you have questions, if you're just want to run some ideas by us, we love that stuff, guys. DM us on Instagram, shoot us a message. Like, we'd love to hear it.
Please like and subscribe so that we can keep bringing you guys content here at Happy Rabbit Studios. And
Yeah, it's a big goal of ours to try to we freestyle these, but at the same time we come up with these topics and we want to give you guys something. And hopefully you're taking away what we're trying to give you through these, and we're keeping them fun. But if you guys want to learn something or have any ideas, throw it in the comments. We'd love to talk about the things you guys want to learn.
Yeah, I'm very interested in what you guys do for side hustles. Because I know film, you know film, everybody's got a side hustle. So what is yours?
Here's my idea, and if any of you guys take it, I'm going to be pissed because this is like, you only can do one of them.
probably shouldn't say it then.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I want to start an OnlyFans for cameras.
Like camera gear?
Yeah,
you
like
wanna,
sexy photos of cameras, like on set.
Let's do it, dude.
Like, I think people would be like, I'm going to subscribe because this is dope. Not because it's like,
Okay.
but you know, like, you
Okay.
take this side of OnlyFans.
I say we
So
throw it
check
up on
out the
Instagram.
Happy Rabbit OnlyFans.
Should we do that? And then just post, let us know.
Income.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the podcast, though. We'll see you on the next one.
Have a good
Peace.
one.